Well, hello. Welcome to Jermaine's Green Team. What you doing, Brendo? You want to say hi to everybody, huh, buddy? So we're just going to swing on in here. We're going to do a little bit of extended version. It's been a minute. We did have some of the chamomile actually come back. We've already had 2 of the plants finish their life cycle and drop their seed. We got one there. And we actually had one come in, one of the biggest and strongest ones actually came up over here randomly in the yard, so fancy that. The asparagus is doing really nice. Here we are getting ready to hit July real soon here, and this is, if you can see it, I've learned that as long as you keep them fed and keep them watered, they'll keep producing sprouts. But this one's 3 years old this year, but it's only a year established in this spot, so maybe next year we might get some, but I'm probably figuring it's going to be the year following. Zucchini's doing good. The chickens decimated all our spices this year pretty much. Our catnip, lemon balm, thyme, oregano, they just decimated it. The rhubarb we did chop it back after it finished flowering out. And we moved to the 2 smaller ones and put those up to kind of corner off the driveways. We did pick up some celery, so we do have some of that seasoning. We do have our chives still. Our cilantro seeds are coming up. We'll slide over that way eventually, and you will see we got those. First year growing Brussels sprouts. Rosie really wanted me to grow them. Apologize for the noise. County's doing the dang grading of the roads. Out here they use their snow plows instead of a road grader, so as well as we do have our dill. You know how that goes. Cilantro, dill, and celery. Those are definitely have-tos. And we also have the sage. So, and we have seasonings. It's just the ones that I was kind of looking forward to for our tomato sauces, for like our spaghetti and pizza sauce that we were wanting to make this year. We're going to have to go get additional. Probably just go buy like a plug or 2 of some actual plants from one of the nursery. Pie pumpkins are doing really well. We're glad for that. We're excited about making homemade pumpkin pie this year. Got a few of the birds up right now, trying to find them new homes. Just 2 of the Americanas, as well as the Rhode Island Red, have just been a pain in the butt. They've been tearing stuff up. The Rhode Island Red in particular, she's already decimated about 1/3 of our popcorn. She's the one that did a lot of the decimation of our sweet corn. And just a minute ago, me and her were just having words because she was over there trying to annihilate all our mounds with our melons, spaghetti squash, butternut squash, and jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. So we've been having a handful with her. But Rosie's wanting some flowers, so we got those for her. She was really wanting flowers, been on my butt about flowers, so I was insisting on getting, if we're going to spend any kind of money on flower, any kind of money we don't have on flowers, then I insisted that she should spend money on things that'll come back year-round. So it's just one time, planted, done, maybe come back a couple years, like hostas, peonies. We got another one up there, a peony. Those plants there, plant them this year, and in 5 years you have to go back and split the cluster and have a whole bunch. So it's an investment if you want flowers. And it's an investment too because we want to get into beekeeping, which is another conversation we'll get into just a minute here in regards to apple trees and aphids. That's an interesting subject I just kind of brought up because I ended up having to squish some aphids on this apple tree. But yeah, so the flowers are very important for the pollinators. When we were doing delivery, we did pick up some black hollyhock from one of the customers. I seen him and I just couldn't help myself. I knocked on the door and asked politely, and she says, well, go ahead, help yourself, grab some. And we ended up having 14 out here, and I did find one up by the door I dug up. But yet again, the chickens tore it up. These are a couple other ones Rosie picked out. It's, what's that one? That one's Pink Sky, and this one's Midnight Sky. And if you can look in the center, this is our Lisbon Lemon. It's going to be a bush now instead of a tree. But that survived all year. It was the only lemon we had that survived. We have a mandarin that survived. Our one cousins, they have a blood orange that survived the winter from us. I think they've got the American Beauty dragon fruit too. Like I said, people, it's always important to share your cuttings or seedlings, because at the end of the day, like, just tragedy can strike. You never know. We had everything happen with the state and all the falsified claims and all the harassment, and through that we lost all our pineapples, our banana, all our dragon fruit, our bees. We lost all of it. We're having to recoup. But that's why it's always good to share your genetics and what you have on hand with your friends and family, people you trust. Because anytime something fails, something just happens. I mean, life happens, people. I mean, we all know how this is. You never know what's really going to happen. So share your genetics to ensure that they survive, especially if you're putting time and effort into it. I got another breeding program I put over 5 years into, and I set it down because I was more busy with the children. Lost 5 years of my time breeding. And the one cousin's got the blood orange. He's like, well, you know, I do have some of them seeds you gave me a few years back put up. So we're going to see here probably next year or the year after. I might try to get some of those seeds from him, pop them in the ground. Let's see if we can get back on that genetic run. Oh, there. Chamomile. That stuff's like wildfire. I think that is. Yeah, that's another thing of chamomile. Looks like it. Oh yeah, nope, that's chamomile. It's growing everywhere wild in the yard now. We got 1 pack of seeds, planted it, and now we can't get rid of it. That's not a bad thing though. Chamomile's good for you. But these are all the purple broccoli. We got some that are doing so-so. The drought hit them hard. But just like all the sweet corn, the popcorn, the beans, bush beans, pole beans, all the sunflowers, all those are seed that we saved from last year, and we increased our garden. Habaneros, they're not doing so well. We have a couple house runners, we call them. There's Freckles, Ginger, and one of our black Orpingtons, or it might be a Jersey Giant. They always, when they see the front door and back door open, they race through it as fast as they can, because they're really not built to get up over the privacy fence. So just race right through it and come out here and start eating pepper plants. Like these ones have just now started recovering. They had these ones mangled right down to sticks. And then anyone knows, if you ever grow cherry tomatoes, that's another infestation. We've got, if we wouldn't have planted in a garden this year, we still would have been eating out of the yard from last year. I mean, look at them all. Like, look at this. Oh, voluntarily planted. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of atrocious on how they are. The kids love them, though, so I guess that's what matters. And the mound setups we did, we went through and equally distributed each variety in the mound. So, like, for instance, over on the other mound, we'll get to it, you'll see one of our chickens attacked that mound and found those seeds, and she started working after mound after mound. Had to build a branch cage to keep her out of it, but she still did the damage. We got like 3 mounds gone over there out of 10. So yeah, these are all the sunflowers from last year. We ended up getting 1 pack of sunflowers, just 1 pack, and out of that we selectively picked, we pulled and removed all of the weaker ones, and out of those we took the strongest and healthiest one. The strongest and healthiest one, it got probably about 10 foot or so. We have it on the video over from last year's garden. And we took that 1 sunflower head, just 1 flower, and we had enough to plant this row so thick. We handfuls of baby sunflowers we tossed, because we had to overly plant this year due to the pests of the chickens as well as the squirrels and chipmunks. That's my advice if you got irritation with any of that. Just kind of plant heavy and thin them out. Otherwise, you just kind of, like right here, here's a point example. Like, you take a look right here, and what do you see? You barely see anything in that row, because I made this row dead in the grass. The squirrels, the chipmunks, the chickens, everything could see that defined line. Probably part of the reason why it does help to kill everything. And they about decimated. It's about gone. Now if you come over here on this beautiful line that is hidden along the line of the chicken bedding for the tomatoes and peppers, and you can see all of these did really well. These are all beautiful baby sweet corn. Beautiful. Now this one was originally peaches and cream. About 4 years ago was when we first started growing this one. This is a seed from last year too. It was a peaches and cream, and through stress, our blue Indian popcorn accidentally managed to actually pollinate at the exact same time. So our sweet corn does have random blue kernels in it. So it's kind of interesting. It's different. We got, and there's a couple rubies every now and ruby reds. For the most part, our sweet corn has just spots of blue here and there. Little light and dark blue kernels. But as you can see though, we did plant a little thick. But I mean, it should do fine. In the end of the day, that row didn't do too well. This row did good. And that's because of the overplanting. We had to plant heavier. We wouldn't have got nothing out of it. I think it's like 33 peppers we have this year and 21 tomatoes. We had these 6. They were on top of the hill. These are a sweet, they're like a wax or a sweet Hungarian. And then these are purple beauties. Because they were on top of the hill, we had the fertilizer, all the chicken mulch down there, and the spring from cleanup, and then all distributed that way. So everything that way is doing good, everything this way is doing good. But we had to come back and clean them up. We can see they're balancing out now. They're getting real dark green. Nice healthy bright greens coming to the tips, but that still stunted them down. We had to mound up some fertilizer around them and give them some of the fish emulsion chicken liquid feed we made up. But I mean, the rest of the peppers are doing okay. We got a couple that are so-so. It happens. But for the most part, like I told Rosie, our garden's better than most, because unfortunately at this time in the area, people really don't even have gardens. So the fact we actually have one, I mean, that's, yeah, just, even if it's a tomato, people, it's still something. Just grow it. Just the excitement. And anyone who says, I mean, goofy memes about, oh, I grew my own tomatoes last year, I saved a couple cents. If you know what you're doing, it's not that way. We paid, I think it's $20 a flat for the tomatoes. Instead of starting them this year, we usually start them, which is a lot cheaper. We just go buy like 100 pack of Solo cups and a bag of soil, germinate them, or even drop a couple seeds in the cups, start them. But feed them happy and healthy, and you get these beautiful plants. We aren't even in August yet, or we're not even in July yet, and our tomatoes are already about knee high. But we also do deflowering as well. So we like to remove the flowers to ensure good, stable structure of the plant. Yeah, look at these. Look at that. They're everywhere. Our yard's plastered with wild blueberries. Sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, just feed them heavy, take care of them. Like these are getting ready to be there, because I just deflowered these yesterday, and that's when I know. Like I just literally deflowered them yesterday, and they already got flowers back on them again. They get to a point where I literally can't deflower them. They put off so many flowers, and that's when I know to let them go. So, yeah. We do got to get out here and get these tied up. But like I said, potatoes, we ended up planting a grand total of 40 pounds of seed potato this year. It was like 16 pounds of russet, 9 pounds of Norland Red, and then we had like 5 pounds of the Yukon Gold, which I don't think we're going to do the Yukon Gold next year. We might try it one more year just to give it a chance. But as you can see, the Norland Reds and the Russets are staying nice and bushy and strong. And the Yukon Golds are just real thin and airy. So, high chance for greening of the potatoes, as well as the soils are drying out, they're wilting hard. And oh, right there, see it? See it, people? Second one. and the potato beetles. I really like them. So let's pinch that bugger, toss it to the chickens. But this is what I was talking about because of these chickens. This is one thing we have found that works. As you can do this, you just cover them with sticks. They can't. I mean, they can get in and get ahead and possibly gets to some, but most of these ones aren't too bad here. But there's some of them here. There's a mound or two where she just completely annihilated them. Dug them right out. And it's Cuddles of Rhode Island. She chewed that one up. But even if they can only get their head in and get one seed compared to ripping the whole mound out, something will still grow. Our cucumbers, they're doing okay. As you can see, all the way down, and it wraps a couple foot around up here. Our popcorn, sweet peas, and our pole beans. We got our popcorn comes all the way down to here. And like I said, I must have missed a kernel because she came right on through and scratched every bit of it. Killed about 2 peas, mangled the rest of our peas, and just, So now I got to put netting up because that's what I was going to use to put the beans and peas on was our corn. So the beans would have given an additional nitrogen boost and something to crawl on, but something for the beans to crawl on. But you know, that's how it is. Cilantro's coming up. Like I said, these are all the purple pole beans. We ordered a pack a couple years ago. We ended up getting maybe 5 or so, I think it was, that actually survived and grew. And we harvested. We ate all year off those, and we just saved the last couple weeks. We just didn't harvest no fruit, let them go to seed. We harvested the seed, and we've got that many now. We've quite a few, actually. And then over here is all the bush bean. And we had about 10 or so of those that survived. And we ate a lot of bush beans. Like, these things fed me, Rosie and I, quite a bit. Or fed me and Rosie. And as you can see, these things are doing good. Like, it doesn't take much to ensure you have a good garden. We grew them. We seen how well they did on produce, how good they did in feeding us. So we just let them be and let them finish off the last couple weeks, give themselves their seed. And we ended up with, out of like 10 plants, we ended up with roughly about 120 seedlings that came up out of the bush beans. And out of like 5 pole beans, we ended up with a little over 30 seedlings that came up. And after chickens, deer, and whatnot, we've got about 80 of our bush beans left. And the pole beans seem to do pretty good. They were uptight by the dogs, so the deer didn't come up try to eat them. So, but, all right, I mean, we're at 18 minutes. I don't want to push 20. Oh, back on the aphid thing. That's the one last thing I want to go over before we pop out of here. Aphids are very important for beekeeping because during the hot season, or not the hot season, well, the non-flower season, as we should say, the time in which the flowers are having an issue, just kind of, you have off scheduling. Flowers in the spring, flowers in the fall, some of the summer, but there is a part of the drought that it's not the greatest. Hit and miss sometimes on flowers. So, apple trees. This is where apple trees come and play. If you get the proper aphid for your apple trees, and you ensure the aphid is established on your apple trees, the bees will do the same thing as ants do, and they will harvest the honeydew from the aphids to produce their honey. So you can ensure always a buffer for your honeybees if you have apple trees with proper apple aphids. So, fun fact. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let you guys go. And, we got to get the day going. So, thanks for watching. Remember, keep it growing. Old girl Freya.